Let's bring you this now. We're all digging a bit deeper in our pockets as the cost of living currently increases. While buying property might be the last thing on your mind, according to a study by Compare the Market, South Africa has been named the fourth most affordable country in the world to buy property. So let's speak to residential marketing specialist Kent Gush to discuss the state of South Africa's property market and what to expect this year. Kent, a pleasure talking to you. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. South Africa being named the fourth most affordable country to buy property. I mean, what informs us? What makes the country, the fourth most affordable in the world?
I think that's fantastic news. Yeah. I think we do offer incredible value for money. I think the property market has been incredibly resilient as well in these times. 2 years ago, we had no idea what COVID was going to bring when we were locked down and people couldn't even move homes. But I think the residential property space in South Africa has been, has shown incredible resilience, and it's actually been quite strong. I think, driven by the fact interest rates at a little over 7%, and even with these small increments that we're having, if you consider that in my property career of 37 years, the average interest rate has probably been between 16 and 18%. I think given the fact that we now have these kind of rates and the very affordable, as they've said, as the study has shown, very affordable property, I think that bodes very well for the residential property market in South Africa.
Right. Let's look back, of course, on your experience, particularly these past 2 years when we've been in, lockdown. We know that commercially, looking at office spaces, that seems to have taken quite a downward turn. Working from home is the new norm right now. Residential properties now also equating to where you could run your business or just work.
And I think that's what's driven the strength of the residential space. The affordability. A lot of people who previously were looking at renting homes are now purchasing homes, particularly in the space, let's say, from 750,000 to 2.5 million rand. Most purchasers are able to, even although they may not have the deposit, if they can service the debt, they can get 100% loans. The banks have displayed a far more willingness to loan money, particularly to first-time buyers. And I think, yes, a lot of people having worked at home and maybe have been living previously in a smaller space or renting an apartment have realized the benefit of having some grass under their feet or somewhere where they can step outside and have a braai. And I think that's really helping drive the residential market, is people having spent quite a bit of time at home, and young families that might have been in a smaller space are looking to have, maybe a more secure or better lifestyle environment. And I think this is definitely fueling the residential market, and we really have benefited and enjoyed good times given the times that we're in.
But I'm sure, Kent, for body corporates, and I'm talking here about, more of your complexes, those kind of, housing units, they've had to do some, readjustments. If one is working from home, it meant that perhaps there might be, clients coming in and out of the property, area. It might mean noise levels have to even, those rules need to, of course, be adjusted even during the day, because we know some complexes, at least in the evening at a certain time, for example, 10 p.m. when you need to at least turn down the volume of, any music or any sound that might be of inconvenience to your neighbor. So take me through how they've also had to adjust. I'm talking here body corporates with this new normal.
I think obviously from a security point of view, and those people that are, having clients come around, I think that's been the minimum. I think most of the people that are working from home are working online. So, that hasn't affected necessarily the security or noise levels within body corporates. So I think that's been a relatively small challenge to deal with from a body corporate point of view, as most of them have been like we are doing now. It's been online, Zoom, and that kind of thing, where people have been able to continue their businesses, from their homes.
Just lastly then, where do you project the property market to go from here?
I'm relatively bullish. I think that what this time has shown us that interest rates, and I believe in with small increments, are going to remain relatively low. And it's been proven that good property from sound developers have sold extremely well over the previous 2 years. So I really do believe that South Africa will continue in the residential space where people perceive, as I say, good value. They will continue to have strong sales in residential developments.
All right. Well, I appreciate you speaking to me this morning. Residential marketing specialist Kent Gush, a pleasure talking to you right here on the South African Morning.